Welcome to this video. We will be going through a video today based on virtualization and cloud computing. We have created a project named as customer clustering using K-means algorithm over Google Cloud Platform. We are a team of three who have worked on this project, introducing myself, Shikha Soni, Aneerban Chaudhary, and Vanshika Gupta. Now, I would like to take you through our main code, how K-means algorithm is applied in our project. So basically, we have used K-means clustering for our classification task, and we have introduced a dataset file which is in a CSV format called as mall underscore customers. And this dataset has certain information which is more described in the screenshot below, as it has customer ID, gender, age, annual income, and spending score. We have calculated the covariance matrix using all those features, and as per the covariance matrix we have selected uh, two features, which is annual income and spending score, based on the covariance matrix. Then using WCSS we have created how many clusters will be created, and as per WCSS we are getting 5 clusters. So I can show you how these 5 clusters are getting. So basically, the range that you can see, it lies between 1 to 100, and the amount it is described as $100,000. And when I describe about the cluster, the yellow cluster, I can say it as C1. It describes as the low annual income and the low spending score. If I talk about the green cluster, then it talks about the high annual income and low spending score. The blue one is the moderate, which means the annual income and the spending score both are in the moderate region. When I talk about red, it means the spending score of a customer is high, but the income is less. And the gray means both of the spending score and the annual income of a customer is high. Then it will take you, I would like to take you to the web page, which basically in which we can just enter the income of the customer based on our model and the expense. And when we click on the find customer category, it will give the result in which cluster it belongs to. It will be explained further in our video. Now I would like to hand over to the next part to Aneerban.
Thank you, Shika, for explaining the initial part. Now we'll go through the GitHub repository wherein our different files are kept. I will tell you about the code area. So firstly, Vanshika I would like you to go to the app.yml file. So this file is basically about the runtime of our environment. So we are using Python 3.9 version, and which is the main file that we use while deploying, and it identifies the whole code and it puts it into the GCP app engine. Now we have the pickle file. So what pickle file is, like, we have deployed our model. We have developed our model using k-means clustering, and the model is kept in the pickle file. And this pickle file is having the details for standardization and for further use in our code. Then when we see the main.py code, so here you can see we have imported the pickle file where the k-means model is put in, and then we are calling the HTML file through which was shown in the previous slide, and this and in this area we will get two inputs, that is the annual income and the spending score. Based on this, you can see in line number 25 we are using the prediction equal to model.predict, which basically calls the model and inputs the values from the website, and it gives the output as per the cluster, that is high income and low expense, and whatever is the right decision for the business. Now in the HTML file which was shown here, we have fundamentally only Vanshika, could you go to the body section in this only? So yeah, so here you can see we are taking a form wherein we are taking the annual income and which is a number, and we are taking the spending score, which is again a number, and then we are putting the submit value, wherein the customer will put these two values, where the business user will put these two values, and he can get the prediction text accordingly. So now I would like Vanshika to take it forward.
Thank you, Aneerban. Now, moving forward, we'll be talking about how to deploy this particular model over our GCP. To do the same, we first of all installed our GCP installer, and using the GCP installer, we from our local computer logged into our GCP account. So I'll show you my GCP account. So this is the GCP account. Here I have created a new project, which is VCC Group 1 2050 5975. We have created this empty project initially. After creating the empty project, we use the Windows PowerShell. In the Windows PowerShell, we navigated to the code file that was stored in our computer. So we went to the code file which was inside the deploy GCP folder. Once we are in the code file, then we wrote the command gcloud init. This command initializes our Google Cloud, and it asks us a few steps that are to be followed. The first step that was asked is about the configuration, and we went ahead with the default configuration. The second step was to select the account that we want to use. So here we have used the account G23AI 2050, that is my account. After that, we use the project. We selected the project that we want to use using the GCP in which we want to deploy our code. So we use this second number project that I just showed, which I created. After finally entering all the details, the system is ready for deploying. So we use the command gcloud app deploy app YAML project and the project name. Now using this command, we are finally going to deploy our code into the GCP. So once the deploy is finished, we get a URL. Now let me show you how this URL works. So the same URL we have mentioned in our README file. So here is the URL. I'll just click on it, and we get this same window that initially Shikha has shown. So I'll just enter some inputs and show you how we are getting the output over here. Let's say I enter the input as income as high and expense as low. So we get that this is high income, low expense, and this range of customer or this cluster of customer are our prospective customers for business growth. If we enter low income and low expense, then we get a range of customer that have low chances of business. Then we get, then if we try for a third cluster that is low income, high expenditure. So these kind of customer are of great risk to the business because they are spending more than they are actually earning. Moving on to the high income, high expenditure range. So these customers are already in giving enough business to the company or to the firm, so therefore no special attention is needed. And the fifth cluster is about moderate income, moderate expenditure. So such customers also do not need any special attention as they are already giving a good amount of business to the firm. So this is how our entire project is deployed on GCP. And further, I would like to conclude at the end of the project that difference between GCP and local is that, but if you are using GCP, we get more scalability. GCP can handle traffic spikes easier as compared to local setups. The management, when it comes to GCP, it automates and updates the entire scaling process, so the management becomes very easy. The cost in local is high because the maintenance cost increases over time if it's a bulky project that you're working on. The accessibility via GCP is way easier as compared to the local devices. So therefore, I can conclude that GCP or cloud platforms are way more beneficial as compared to the local platforms. So I would like to end this video on that note. Thank you so much for watching us.